Hi everyone. We're going to find a vector from its direction and its magnitude. We're going to do one little word problem and then we're just going to do 6 quick examples. The next video is going to be about force, so if you need to see some word problems involving force, we can do that. But basically, if a vector represents the speed and direction of an object, so that's speed and direction, it is called the velocity vector. However, if it represents the direction and the amount of force on an object, it's called a force vector. Okay, so for example, if a vector is described in terms of its magnitude and direction rather than its terms of components, for example, if a ball is thrown at an initial speed of, say, 25 miles per hour at an angle of 30 degrees, then we can find the initial So basically we can find the initial speed in the horizontal direction and the initial speed in the vertical direction. So basically we're going to do this word problem, but let's go over this. So basically this is what we're looking at. Since you remember the unit circle, so when you have the unit circle here, that means the radius here is 1. So our unit is 1. We already know that u equals 1. All right? And then we also know about our I and j components with the vector. And this is our formula we're going to use to find a vector from its direction and its magnitude. So the first thing, again, we're going to use a word problem, and we're looking at the velocity vector this time because we're looking at the speed. Now, again, a ball is thrown at initial speed of 25 miles per hour in a direction that makes 30 degrees. Angles with the positive x-axis. That means here my theta, my angle is 30 degrees. And we know from the unit circle that that would be square root of 3 over 2 would be cosine, and sine would be 1/2. So let's go back. And what we're going to do is express the velocity in terms of I and j, and then answer the initial speed questions. So basically, we're going to use the formula that was on the previous slide, which is V equals the magnitude of V times cosine of theta I plus sine of theta I. Now, we already know the magnitude, so we don't have to find it. So that's just going to be 25 times cosine of 30 degrees I plus sine of 30 degrees J. J is our vertical component. Now, that's going to equal 25 times square root of 3 over 2I plus 25 sine of 30 is 1/2. So that's 1/2 J. All right, now, so what we end up getting is 25 we distribute root 3 over 2I plus 25 over 2J. So the initial speed in the horizontal direction is 25 root 3 over 2, which is approximately, if you use the calculator, 21.65 miles per hour. That's this part. And for this part, 25 over 2 equals approximately 12.5 miles per hour. Okay, so that's basically how easy it is. We're going to just do some really quick problems here that they give you the magnitude and the angle, and we're going to fill in the formula. So we know that the vector equals velocity of v, the magnitude of v times cosine of theta I plus sine of theta j. And so the first one we're going to do is, we know the magnitude is 5, and our theta equals 60 degrees. So basically what we're going to get is 5 times cosine of 60 degrees I plus sine of 60 degrees J, and that equals 5 times 1/2 I plus square root of 3 over 2J. And just multiply through and you get 5/2 I plus 5 root 3 over 2J. Okay, that's how simple it is. Let's do a few more. Let's say our our magnitude is 8, and our theta is 45. So basically we're going to get V equals 8 times cosine of 45 degrees I plus sine of 45 degrees J, and that's going to give us 8 times the square root of 2 over 2I plus square root of 2 over 2J, which is going to give us 4 root 2I plus 4 root 2J. So this was a word problem. This would be your initial horizontal speed and vertical speed. And we can do one more. Let's just do one more. Let's do the magnitude is 14, and our theta or angle is 120 degrees. So we get 14 times cosine of 120 degrees I plus sine of 120 degrees J. And that's going to give us negative 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 2J, which equals negative 7I plus 7 root 3J. And that's all. The next video is going to be on actual word problems using the algebra that we did here. And we're going to do problems regarding force. So those are called force vectors. Have a nice day.